Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in to our transition talk today. I am Anna Adams, and I have Ms. Pamela Carter here with me, and we have got a quite a discussion that we are going to talk about this morning. It's a question that we quite often get asked, and I will say could be a daily or weekly thing that we get asked. And so I think that this is a very big topic that people are concerned about, and I would be too. What would you say, Pam?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like you said, Anna, we get this question asked all the time. I think every time I talk to somebody that's looking at doulas and becoming a doula, want to know. They want, and the question, we didn't say what the question was, but the question is, how do we make money? How do doulas make an income? And it's a big topic because a lot of people are so confused as to how do you make income? How do you start making an income? What do you do? And you can make a great income doing this. You will not be buying a private island, as I always say, nor will you be riding in a Rolls Royce. You may not live in a high rise in New York, but you'll buy groceries, pay your utilities, and be able to have a comfortable life.
Yeah.
But it takes a while to establish a business, and this is a business. Being a doula is, when you decide to be a doula, means you're deciding to be an entrepreneur, and you're deciding to be your own boss, and you have to work at it as a boss would work at it.
Yeah, definitely. And, it's a big question that we're constantly asked. Can doulas really make money at doing this? And the answer is yes. But you have to do the work. It's not going to just be like, oh, I'm done with doula school. Let me go or I'm going to be a doula now and let me just go and I'm going to have people coming to me and my books are going to be filled. And, it's no, no, no.
No, it is no, no, no.
It's not.
You have to get out there and network. You have to get into your community. Doulas have a huge task, and that task is we have to educate our communities and our neighborhoods. We have to educate people on exactly what we bring to the table. We have to educate people on the need for having us. I know you've heard me say this many times, Anna, and I always say, I want to be your insurance agent. You have a car insurance agent, you have an insurance agent that has insurance on your home. We buy health insurance. We are your insurance agent. We come into someone's life, hopefully not when they're in chaos, and help them establish the procedure for when chaos arrives at some point in their life.
Yeah.
And we do this by educating our communities and letting people know, going into assisted living homes, going into hospice centers, talking to the directors, doing reach outs and networking in your community. I mean, you know yourself, Anna, I still spend tons of time networking. And now my networking has changed from just my local community, that I've joined all kinds of network groups that are available virtually, because we live in a virtual world now.
We do.
And I have people reach out to me. I had somebody reach out to me that was looking for someone that could help them with an advanced care plan in Colorado. I'm in Georgia. So can I help them? You betcha. I know how to find all my information in Colorado that pertains to their state advance directive, and therefore I'll be able to help them do this. And what will happen? They're going to tell somebody else in Colorado how they got theirs done. And
Right.
then you build a referral business.
It's a lot to do with referrals. It's a lot to do with different little factors. And I want to give credit, and I want to read this really quick because I love the way that this woman here, she goes by the Grave Woman, and this is what she said. She says, becoming a funeral, death care, or end-of-life professional is not a vow of property. You deserve to earn a living serving others during one of the most difficult times in their life. Stop letting society guilt you into thinking that you don't.
I love her too.
I absolutely love her. And I love that she said that because
Yeah.
people out there sometimes, and that's another thing that comes to us, like, okay, well, how can I make income? I don't know if I could charge someone. Okay, well, let me tell you. So let's just say, for instance, your loved one, that patient that you are looking at, goes into, let's just use the inpatient unit, a hospice inpatient, and they've got terminal restlessness or agitation, they're climbing out of bed, whatever the case might be. They're going to call an agency and send a sitter in who does not have the training that you do as a doula, that you could go in and support that family. You as a doula would go in there and create a sacred environment. You would be engaged with that patient. I can't tell you how many times, time again, that I've been in that situation where I walked in, I was working in the inpatient unit, walk in, there's a sitter in there, and what were they doing?
On their phone.
On their phone. Not even really caring. They're not engaging. They're not trying to make a sacred environment. They're not trying to see and try different things to help make that patient comfortable. You don't see that. Now, I'm not saying that every sitter that goes in is a bad one, by all no means. But the vast majority are not trained in end of life care. They don't know what things are going to be coming to be help prepare that patient, to help give them some, try to relieve them, try to give them that sacred space. They're not doing that. So if a family is going to pay for someone who is not even trained, why not be you who has that training to do that?
And the only way people learn about us is by educating. The only way is to be in that intake center, get to know the director of the intake center, so that if they say you need to get someone to come in and help with mom or dad or whoever it is, they can in turn say, let me give you the number to this lady, not this agency, but this lady. This lady deals specifically with dementia, specifically with elder care, specifically in companionment. This is someone that can come in and work with you and your loved one. They're going to work with the family, because, like you said, Anna, it is really disheartening. And literally, most of the time when you say they call in a sitter, that's what they're doing. They're sitting.
Right.
I just thought of this when you were talking. The sitter is sitting. The doula is doing.
I like that.
I just came to my mind when you said that. I was like, oh, that's good.
I like that. Because exactly,
doing.
doing. So let me also say this, that families don't know the resources out there. They're not going to sit and plan with families like we will. Okay? We're going to sit there, we're going to explain to them that they don't have to buy them casket, or they don't have to pay these things with the funeral home. They don't know that. You're saving them money. You're saving them that time, and you're helping them to bring peace, whether you're working with the client before death, because I always say you need a doula at 18, you need an end of life doula at 18 to start planning, and a lot of times too before, unfortunately. But you need a doula sooner than later, so that you can plan with your clients, set your vigil plan, set that funeral plan, set that plan that if they go into the hospital, what are things that they're going to need. Set all those plans together. Get that plan, and educate what a doula does and how a doula can be supportive to them and their family, so they can make that plan and include a doula in it. And so if you're doing all of these things and you're educating, you're gonna be busy. Now, what I do want to say though too is that if you are a doula that's only doing end of life bedside, are you going to have business that's going to make your 40 hours a week?
No.
No.
You have to have, if you're only doing bedside, if that's all you're going to concentrate on, you're really not going to make a full-time living here, because there's so much more that needs to be done. And if you're going to, let's just say you're going to be doing bedside visual work, and I'm just going to pick a number because I'm phenomenal for doing that. I like to do it because I'm working around numbers, but just say you're going to charge $25 an hour, and you sit with this patient for 6 hours. Okay, so you made $150. You're not going to be back tomorrow because your patient just died. So you are limiting your income, and there's nothing wrong with someone that wants to only do visual work, because there are people that cannot do that. So I'm not discrediting that at all. But what you need to do is you need to have an all-inclusive situation. You know, it's like in my case when I talk about advanced care planning. If you can specialize in one aspect, advanced care planning, you can help someone build the plan they will need before they need it.
Mm-hmm.
You help them get their life in order. You make sure that they've talked to an attorney and gotten their wills or their trust set up, that they've done their advanced care directive, that they've made a plan for who needs to be called, that everything is a neat, tidy little bundle. And you don't do that kind of work in an hour. So you're consulting with someone over a period of time. And the beauty to what we do, everyone has their own process. In my process, in the way I do my work, is when I have helped a family put their advanced care plan together. Mm-hmm. I've been working with that family over a period of time. I actually, it's just like a retainer almost, and it's so minimal. But I do my bedside visual work for zero, because I can give that back to the family. I have earned their trust. I have helped them lay their plan. I have helped them establish what they're going to do. And now everything comes full circle. Mm-hmm. And I'm there to make sure the book is closed.
Right.
If you will, for lack of a better way of saying it. But you have to incorporate other things into your doula practice. You know, you have to, if you want to go out and do educational work in the community, to do seminar work, or if you want to build a business where you do advanced care planning, or if you want to work specifically with children, you have to, what am I going to do? And then you have to lay the foundation. And it is a business. It requires the networking, the working in the community, the having the business mind to know that, no, it's not something you can do from the hours of 3 to 5 in the afternoon.
Right. You have to know it's not a regular 8 to 5 job, right?
No, it's not an 8 to 5 job. And, I mean, you know, it's 24/7 is the way I look at it. But it's also a calling, and this is what I know I have to do. Mm-hmm. And so when you're doing what you know you have to do, because it's what you were meant to do, it's not a job anymore.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, because I hear so many times, I've been in so many different groups, and people say, oh, you can't make a living, or you're not going to make any money. Okay, first of all, if you're charging outrageous cost, you're not going to make a living with this, because you're going to outprice yourself. Not saying don't charge your worth, not saying that, but don't outprice yourself. Call local areas and see, what do they charge, okay? If you're going to do companion services, call your local areas and find out from agencies, you know, what do they charge? You know, what is that going rate? And I know, for instance, here in Texas, it's, you know, between $18 to $28 an hour. So with my experience and my offerings, then I can charge the higher end. You need to look at everything and get the whole picture of what you're working with. The other thing is your approach to your area. You know, some areas are very conservative. In some areas, you can't come out and say, I'm a death doula, or I'm an doula. No. You have to do it in such of an approach that you don't scare them off because they heard the word death or end of life. It has to be, you know, whether you're going to, you know, educating and talking to them and saying, you know, and you don't have to. This is a wonderful thing as a doula here. We do not have to use end of life doula, death midwife. You can use life transitioning You can use, different terms, or you can just start off with saying, I'm a doula. Oh, are you a birthing doula? Well, no, I help people plan and prepare for end of life.
Mhm.
You've softened that initial shock
Mhm.
for them because, and especially when you get into more conservative areas, you cannot just go up and say, I'm a death doula or end of life doula. They will
Mm-mm.
shut you down
In a heartbeat.
in a heartbeat.
Mhm.
And
I like to tell people I'm a transition coach. I
mhm,
mean, it's the term that I've always used, and people say, well, what does that mean? And I will then say, well, I work with people during the transitions in their life. Oh, you work with women getting a divorce? Well, I have done that as they lay their life plans for the future. Because I'm
yeah.
a transition coach. And then when you really get into a conversation and it's like, well, I help people plan for the transition in their life if they're getting older and they need to plan for their funerals, their, end of life tasks such as their wills or whatever they need to do. That's what I do because they're in transition.
Mhm.
And people find that I have found that, you know, you know me, and I like the shock factor. So sometimes when somebody says, "What do you do?" I go, "I'm a death doula. I live with death. What do you do?" And then you can back somebody up quick. But when I really want to have that conversation, and I really am not trying to be the shock the shock person in the room, I will say I do transition
Mhm.
because it's a softer entrance into being able to lay the groundwork for what you do. And people are really looking and searching for us.
Mhm.
We're kind of the best kept secret because they don't know how to find us. But when you tell someone about what you do, I have, and I had it so many times, it's got to where it's just common practice to hear someone say, gosh, I wish I'd have known where to find you when mama died or when daddy died or when my husband was sick. I wished I'd had somebody to help walk me through this. So people want us, and
Mhm.
um, it's our task to get out there and market ourselves and to let people know what we do.
Yeah.
And you build a business one brick at a time.
Mhm. And the same thing too, if you want to work with hospice, you have to educate them about exactly what a doula does and how does it benefit them. Let me tell you, what does businesses need to know? Businesses need to know, how are you as the doula going to revenue for them?
Mm-hmm.
That's what
They're
it boils
interested in
down
bottom
to.
line.
Unfortunately, life is about that green paper. And
Mm-hmm.
so, you got to, it all goes around how you market yourself. And so, I wanted to share, let me see if it lets me pop up. Shelly had even, posted on here, we've had quite a people popping in and out. So, Shelly said, even if my client is sleeping, I play music for them or I sing so that they hear my voice and know that I'm there.
And that is
Beautiful.
so important.
Yes. You
That is
know,
so important.
it is. And there's so many different areas and different things that are going on. There's so many people too that don't have family that needs that doula to be there to support them, to help them, guide them, make their plans. And that's what you can do. And
Mm-hmm.
so as we get ready to kind of wrap down and things, we'll do our reminders for the week before we close out. If you're a doula out there and you need help, know that even though you may have not come through our program, IDLM is here to help you.
Always.
We are here to help you. We do tons of training, workshops. We have guests from the industry, instructors, as Pam always says, with their boots on the ground in this work. Join us in our posting here. I did post the link to the community, our movement app, and feel free to join in with us and be, we're more than happy. We also have our doula mentors program that you can join us with, and we're happy to work with you. We do several one-on-one sessions every month, plus group discussions, plus trainings. And so if you're a doula out there and you are struggling or you just don't know where to start, go to our
I'm
booking
open.
site. I'll throw in our booking here in the comment as well, Pam. But
Okay.
book a discovery with Pam or I, and let us know. We are more than happy to sit down and help you create a plan, because just like we do with all of our graduates, as they wrap up the program and they're graduating, we meet with them to set a plan in place. If you don't set your plan in place, you're going to feel a little bit off and it's going to feel frustrating. And so we're here to support you in any way we can.
This is our passion. Um, I have to say that, and I feel like I can speak for Anna and I both when I say this. This is our passion. We see such a need in this industry, and a need for people that know what it takes to be a doula, the tools you need to be a doula, and then how to take those tools and get them into your community.
Yeah.
Because we have a need today for people to have people to help them, and it's getting bigger by the minute. I don't know if any of you have had the experience recently of going into an assisted living or a rehab center or into a hospice, but these centers are being overworked. They're understaffed, and people have a need for care in all kinds of fashions. And what we can bring to the table and bridge, because we are non-medical professionals, but what we can bridge between the palliative care, the hospice care, the families knowing and understanding, it's so valuable today and so needed. And we want to help anybody that wants to get into this. I mean, I spend all day long talking to people, and they're not always our students, but I spend all day long talking to people and trying to help them on their path so that they can do what they need to do in their community.
Yeah, absolutely. And Sherry, Murray asked, Pam, where in Texas are you located? Pam is actually in Atlanta, and I am in San Antonio, Texas.
Yes, that is true. We work in two opposite states, but you wouldn't know it. We turn the lights off every second. That's called shutting the computer screen.
Yeah, and we are all over, just like our instructors are all over. Um, we are all over the world in different areas of in and outside the United States as well. And
I'm
so,
just gonna, you said that, Anna, and I'm just going to throw this out there too. Um, Anna and I have such a passion for what we're doing, and she's in Texas, I'm in Georgia. I've been talking to people in Australia, and I go on their time frame because when I'm sleeping and they're awake, it's not convenient for them. And when they're asleep and I'm awake, it's not convenient. So I make my schedule work around the globe because we know that around the globe there is a need, and we won't help people no matter where they're at, no matter what their needs are. So we work it out so that we can work with everybody.
yeah, definitely. I mean, that's one thing we will work with you. If it doesn't show up on our booking site for a time that you need, reach out to us. You
Oh yeah.
can reach Pam at internationaldoulalifemovement.com. You can reach me at Anna at internationaldoulalifemovement.com. Let us know. We're up through all different hours.
Yes, I had somebody reach out to me at midnight last week who put a note up and said, I'd like to talk to you. I thought, well, if you posted at midnight, you're awake too. So they put their phone number in. I sent a text and said, if you want to talk, I'm at my desk.
Yeah.
Ended up talking for about an hour at between 12 and 1 a.m.
Yeah.
It's not unusual.
Yeah, so if there's a time that you need and it's not showing up on the booking site, just reach out to us. We are more than happy to touch base and chat with y'all, and see what we can do to help you, because that's one thing. There is such a big need. Our health community is broken. It is, there's a lot of help that needs to be brought out. And there's just so many different avenues and ways. And of getting out into your community, and we are more than happy to sit down with you and talk to you about it and create a plan and get you going where you need to be going. So before we close down for today, I do want to share, we do have some different events coming up this week. So we have aromatherapy this week, discovery. We have our training for our doula mentors on Fridays, which are this coming Friday, which is going to be the discussion topic of, do you remember what that discussion topic is? Sorry, y'all, we have lots of classes going
Who
on.
will you serve and how?
Who will you serve and
Talking
how?
about setting up and deciding what path you're going to follow as a doula. It's going to be a good discussion.
Yeah. So, and also too, if you are interested in taking a Reiki master class, that's going to be happening not this weekend, but the following weekend. Just reach out.
We also have the 4-day coming up this weekend and the following weekend, end of life doula training.
Yes. So if you are interested in becoming a doula, or you're already a doula and you want more training, feel free to book with us this week. Get a discovery in with us if you need to. But just know that we are here to support you. We do have a 4-day class coming up, which will be this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and then the following weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And we basically have taken our whole end of life doula program, and we are going to be doing all day classes, Saturday, Sunday, this week and next week, because we won't have another class until August. So if you are wanting to get jumping on your doula business, also all of our students and graduates receive our community for free. So that's just an extra bonus that our students and graduates get. So, and then we also have our menopause class starting this weekend as well.
We do, and I will say, if anybody is interested in advanced care planning, and they'd like to take the advanced care planning specialist class, this week, the first real class starts on Thursday. We've already had our orientation and get to know everybody. This Thursday, the meats and potatoes start getting served, and after Wednesday night, I close that class because this is not a class that I feel like you can catch up in. So this is the next class for advanced care planning won't happen until the fall. So if anybody wants to jump on board, now's the time to reach out.
Yeah, so you have until Thursday to jump on, and if you are interested in taking the life planning doula specialist, you have until Thursday by 7 o'clock Central. Get signed up. You can sign up through our website. Our website is also listed here as well, but it's www.internationaldoulalifemovement.com. And if you're interested in the community is join.internationaldoulalifemovement.com. So Pam, any last things that you'd like to share with them before we close out for this today?
This was a meaty conversation today. Yeah, really meaty conversation, and we got lots more coming.
Yeah, so there's more coming, so stay tuned. Be sure to like our Facebook page, follow us on Instagram, so you can get all of and actually go to our website, sign up for our newsletter, because every month you get a booklet of all the courses we are offering, all the special guests that we have coming, and so that way you don't miss out on anything.
I'm just going to say this, because I still am not at liberty to totally say this, but they need to be watching, because we have a huge announcement coming within the movement. We have something really, if you're a doula, we have something really super, super exciting coming in the month of June.
Yep. So stay tuned.
Time to follow us.
And a nice free event coming in July. So we have a free event coming in July, so stay tuned. Be sure to get connected. Shelly says, I love this. I needed this push. Wonderful, Shelly. We are so happy. Remember, we are here for you. You are a graduate. You are a family with us. So, jump on board, especially right now. We have our Doula Mentors program for free, where you get to come in. We did one class already. We had a group coaching last night. So you get 2 free one-on-one mentoring, as well as we have another class coming up this Friday. So don't miss out.
It's worth checking us out. I find that when people actually get involved with us and see what we're doing, they're really surprised.
Yeah.
It's not like anything going on out there.
Nope. So get on board now. Get on now. So, all right, everyone. Please have a wonderful, safe week, and we look forward to chatting with you next week.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.